the SalsaCrazy News Network. All salsa, all the time. Hello everybody, welcome back to the SalsaCrazy.com worldwide salsa news podcast for fall of 2008. If you're seeing this on YouTube or you're watching the shorter version, you might want to visit us at www.salsacrazypodcast.com to see the full, uncut, over 10-minute version, if you can possibly bear that. But I know what you're all wondering. The number one thing you're all wondering is, based on my last podcast, what was the New York Salsa Congress like? Was it hit or was it hype? And I got it. I'm back. I'm back with all the news of what the New York Salsa Congress was like. And here it is. The New York Salsa Congress is now the #1 Salsa Congress in the United States. That's right. There is no doubt this was all hit and very little hype. From the second I landed in New York, this Congress was on fire. The very first night that I attended out at a club, a huge, thick Salsa Congress booklet detailing all of the events, all of the great classes, all of the great clubs, everything that was actually going on during the entire week. Not only are you in one of the finest cities in the world, New York, but the actual Congress itself is extremely well run, with fantastic music almost every night of the week and amazing salsa dancers from all over the world. So here's the final word. If you want to actually see the full review, go on, head over to SalsaCrazyPodcast.com. We have a full written review of the Congress itself. But let me tell you, Chaco, you pulled it off. This was a fantastic, world-class Salsa Congress. It was really well done. I had an absolute blast, as did every single person I talked to. The New York Salsa Congress is the #1 Congress this year. So good job, Chaco. He promises even more next year. New York Salsa Congress, don't miss it. Lots of fun. Let's get right to the salsa news, because we got a lot to cover this week. What's coming up? Coming up, the Canada Salsa Congress, billed as the largest Salsa Congress in Canada. So I go on over to the website, I look, hey, Canada Salsa Congress, where is it? What city hosts it? Actually, I couldn't find out. When I looked at the website, it didn't tell me the city, so it's somewhere in Canada. But further research, I found out it was held at the Toronto Hilton, or the Toronto City Centre. So I'm guessing Toronto is a good bet. This is October 9th through 13th, the largest Salsa Congress in Canada. However, I'm probably going to be hitting the Montreal Salsa Convention or Salsa Congress. That actually happened in April of this year. Will happen again April of next year. But Montreal, I love Montreal. But Canada Salsa Congress probably has a lot going for it. A lot of my friends are going there as well. Say hello to DJ Montuno. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Coming up directly after that, Philippine Salsa Festival. Now this one I've talked about a few times. Now I want to make sure you get the right URL, philippinesalsafestival.com. This is a great salsa festival, and actually it's taking place and could be confused with an event called the Manila Salsa Congress or Manila Salsa Festival. Totally different event. Don't know anything about that. This is the Philippine Salsa Festival, put on absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend you check out the site. Now this is 1 week after the Bangkok Salsa Festival. So for those of you in Asia right around November, oh my God, you've really got it made. These are going to be back-to-back fantastic events. I would not miss them. A lot of kind of US talent there, as well as a lot of talent from Asia. This is a great reason to travel to that part of the world. You won't want to miss it. Those are two fantastic events. But hey, let's stay over there, well, at least moderately close, halfway there, Japan. That's right, the Japan Salsa Congress is coming up October 30th through November 2nd. The Japan Salsa Congress, now I've traveled through all of Japan, went salsa dancing almost every single night, all over Japan, took the train up and down, absolutely phenomenal place to salsa dance, fantastic, fun, and super, super addicted crowds. You gotta love it. They're almost as crazy as I am. Not quite. Japan Salsa Congress, October 30th through November 2nd. You will not want to miss that. That's back-to-back with the San Francisco Salsa Congress, which is taking place later on in November, San Francisco. Now, one of the biggest things that I learned in New York when I was talking to my friend DJ Michelle is she is actually going to throw an event, not to go all the way back to that side of the world, but the Macau Salsa Festival. That's right off of Hong Kong, for those of you who don't know. Macau is known as like a super gambling place. bigger and more money spent there than Vegas. That's right, people have never even heard of it. Everyone knows of Vegas, not so much Macau. So get this, she has an event coming up at the end of December called the Venetian Salsa Festival. That's right, it's actually held at the Venetian Hotel. Can you believe that? The Venetian Hotel in Macau. And guess what? I heard the Venetian Hotel in Macau is actually host to the only Cirque du Soleil show outside of kind of Las Vegas hotels. So the Venetian Hotel actually has, in Macau, actually has one of the only shows in that area for Cirque du Soleil. How great is that? And the Venetian Hotel in Macau is two times the size of the one in Vegas. Crazy, huh? This is going to be amazing, and I'm not even talking about the salsa yet, but we can guarantee DJ Michelle is putting it together. This is going to be a great event and a great reason to get to travel and see a different part of the world. Macau Salsa Festival, boy, that's going to be absolutely crazy. Held at the Venetian. I love when I see salsa events, much like the New York Salsa Congress, held in central locations at central hotels, actually that lift up the kind of overall feeling and view that salsa has. So the visibility itself is heightened for the dance and the music. You gotta love that. So I would definitely want to put that on your schedule as well. Follow it back to back with, as long as we're talking about beautiful locations, let's talk about Hawaii, the Hawaii Salsa Festival. Of course, this is paradise on earth. This is it, Hawaii. It doesn't get any better than that. HawaiiSalsaFestival.com. Not going to get too in-depth on this one, except to say, if you don't go, you're absolutely insane. I mean, come on, it's a Hawaii Salsa Festival. If you're going to travel anywhere, why wouldn't you want to travel to Hawaii? Hawaii is beautiful. You're going to get the surf, you're going to get the sun, you're going to get the sand, and you're going to get the salsa. I go to this event every single year. Why? Because it's fun. This is a fun event. I mean, it's freaking great. You actually get all the benefits of like being in paradise on earth, plus you get the salsa dance every night, plus you get great performers and a really fun vibe. One of the kind of, okay, there's not going to be a word, funnest, one of the funnest vibes of any Salsa Congress in the world. It really is fun. So Hawaii Salsa Festival, that's February 5th through 8th. Now, really quickly, just before this turns into like Salsa Congresses Around the World podcast by SalsaCrazy, go ahead, visit www.salsacongress.com. That's salsacongress.com for all the Salsa Congress news, all the Salsa Congress events. We list every single one, no favorites, no nothing. I just wanted to bring a few of the key ones to your notice. Okay, right after that, we're going to actually want to backtrack, go back into January 25th through February 1st. Chino Espinosa, absolutely fantastic band out of LA, is joining us and hundreds of other Salsa Crazy people on the Salsa Crazy Salsa Cruise. That's www.salsacruisecrazy.com. Beginners welcome, advanced welcome. You've got all types of people, all different levels. We're going to be salsa dancing every single night. We got one of the best live bands in the world, and we're going to take a cruise down to Mexico. Do I even need to say any more than that? If you're still looking at this podcast, you should be typing in www.salsacruisecrazy.com, because let me tell you, it is where you want to be. Let me just end this with a few other little tidbits. Remember, Salsa Crazy released their amazing advanced salsa dance DVD series at www.salsacrazyadvance.com. This 6 DVD set is massive, covering mostly on one LA style or West Coast style salsa. It also has a full DVD dedicated to On-2 salsa dancing for all you Salsa Congress fanatics, done by none other than Seon Stylist. Really top-notch stuff. This is it's actually the highest production values of pretty much any dance DVDs out there. That includes any dance DVDs out there. These are really great DVDs that will take you through dozens upon dozens upon dozens of patterns. There's nothing else like them. SalsaCrazyAdvance.com. Don't miss that. Last but not least, we look forward to hearing you. Give us all of your comments. Let us know what we should be covering, what we may have missed. SalsaCrazy at salsacrazy.com. By all means, we need to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We want to know what stuff out there we should be talking about. That's SalsaCrazy at salsacrazy.com. Also, didn't want you to miss Bachata Crazy. That's BACHATA Crazy, bachatacrazy.com, where you can actually learn how to bachata dance online as well. We look forward to seeing you in each and every podcast, www.salsacrazypodcast.com. Don't miss a single one. Keep dancing, Keep it crazy. We will see you all over the world. The SalsaCrazy News Network. All salsa, all the time.